How's everybody doing? Can you hear me, Busby? Yes? No? Yes? I know we were having issues with the mic last week. Okay, good. Thanks, Bubsy. I think it's defaulted to the webcam's microphone. I guess that was Sunday, it wasn't last week. Start off with, you have to bear with me till I have the funds to get a new webcam, so it's kind of fuzzy. Apparently, if I move my hand around, so I focus on my hand, and try not to move around too much. So tonight I started late. Bee's got other things on, so she won't be going live, so I'm starting late, and we'll go a little later. And I didn't have the stuff to make chowder, but I'm going to LARP this weekend, so I want some snacks to take with me, so I thought I'd do a little baking to take with me. Well, first of all, one of my favorites is peanut butter cookies. However, one of our team members has a severe peanut allergy, so I can't take peanut butter cookies. But my dear friend B, gave me a jar of Wowbutter, which contains no peanuts. So I'm going to experiment tonight with a couple recipes. First of all, I'm going to try making Wowbutter cookies, so we'll see how they turn out. Well, I'll keep you up here. I'll try to bring things so you can see them. No fudge. No fudge, Busby. So I'm going to use my usual peanut butter cookie recipe, though. And it calls for a cup of peanut butter, or we will use wild butter. Feels like it's got the same consistency as peanut butter, though. This is the easy recipe. It's gluten-free as well because it contains no flour. So three whole ingredients. I'm scooping out the wild butter. I was going to measure it ahead, and then I got distracted on a few other things. Kind of a little bit thicker, maybe a little bit than. Trying to get down in the jar there. Ugh. It's a little kind of thicker consistency than your processed peanut butter, but hey, we're gonna see how it works out. Maybe a little bit more. So I've got a cup of wild butter measured out. We'll put the lid on. And the cool thing is, I don't think I showed it. It's got little stickers if you made like a wild butter sandwich that you can stick on. Made with wild butter, 100% peanut and nut free. So maybe I'll stick that on my container so I can show our friend at LARP that no, this is 100% peanut free, nut free. I'm just gonna put that in the bowl. I'm just gonna this 3 ingredients. You just throw them right in the bowl and mix them up. So we got 1 cup of wild butter, half a cup of white sugar, and 1 large egg. Then I'm just going to mix that up, which I'm going to switch out for my wooden spoon because it's a little firmer. I'll leave that handy because we want to scoop out the. It just takes a little elbow grease to. Where are we? To mix it around. This only makes a dozen, so. think it makes a dozen. Depends on the size of cookies you make, I guess. Scared. Just it sets up really fast into the right consistency. I'm just going to give it one more little stir around here. I've already got my oven preheated to 325. Well, for me, it's a little bit less because, like I said before, my oven tends to run hot. It also heats up very fast. I wasn't thinking. I turned it on and immediately thought, wait a minute, I made stuff the other night that boiled over. I don't want that smoking or catching fire. Turned it on, not saying to back off. I mean, opened the oven and went to lift up the element, pull a piece of foil out. Kind of burnt my finger. Not barely first degree, but lesson learned. So I'm going to drop probably maybe like a 1-inch ball onto my cookie sheet. I'm using parchment paper because I don't have any like Pam or what non-stick spray stuff. We'll do about the 1 inch. And then I also do make the crisscross with the fork on top of it. And the easiest way to do that is moisten your fork against the cookie dough and then stick it in some sugar. Well, I have a little bowl of sugar here. Gotta space them out to get the dozen on there, Michael Ann. Come on. I might get more than a dozen. I might get a dozen and a half. We'll see. My son already took a little taste of the ball. It tastes kind of like peanut butter. It's a little different. But if it was your only option, I would definitely go for it. My son took a little taste and said a little off, but it is soy based, I believe. Whole toasted soy, pressed soy oil, cane sugar, modified palm oil, sea salt. So yeah, it's soy based. If anybody has a nut allergy or a peanut allergy, then it'd be a good substitute. Unless you have a soy allergy, then it wouldn't be a substitute. Well, maybe I'd try this recipe again with maybe almond butter or something. So, get my hands a little wipe. Got my fork. I'm just going to push it against some of this dough in here to get it kind of sticky on the back. And then I just press it so it gets a little bit of sugar on it. Push down, crisscross pattern. So that it pushes the cookie down a little bit and gives that, typical crisscross pattern that we see on peanut butter cookies. I'll lift the tray up in a minute when I get, come on, don't stick. I'll check the chat in just a second as soon as I put this first tray in while I'm getting the second tray ready. And I put them in, the recipe I had said like 20 minutes, and I was like, heck no. I think it's like 10, 11, 12 minutes is usually good. I usually look at them, if they're kind of dull looking, they lose the shininess. Okay, so, let's not put let's got that crisscross pattern on top. I just don't want to dump the sugar on my computer. Put that in. Let's set the timer for 10 minutes. Where are we up here? I'll catch up on this. Wow, that's a lot of Wowbutter. Yeah. I'm glad you like my shirt, Busby. I'll have to go. I think I've seen thumbnail for it. Just haven't had a chance to check because we had no internet for a while, for a few hours. And then we had a storm, so I didn't want to plug my computer in down here without the surge protector, so I had to wait. And then I had to do an update. I was like all your shorts. That chicken was just a. Like I saw it and had, yeah. Love it, Danny made me smile. Oh, Busby. Have to try Wowbutter sometime. Holy crap! Amazon wants $9.93 for 1 pound jar. I'm not sure what the price is. I know they have different sizes at the one grocery store, like a little farther from me. I think they even have the package with the little sample sizes, but I'm not sure what we paid for it. Hello, Rob. I'm cruising on the high seas and travel. Rob, buddy. Howdy. Hello. Hello, Tommy, She-Devil. Yum cookies. Peanut butter. We're making Wowbutter Cookies because I'm going to LARP this weekend, and our person that's head of plot is severely allergic to peanuts. So V gave me a jar of Wowbutter. So we're going to see how it turns out to make Wowbutter cookies instead of peanut butter cookies. And I'll take the jar of Wowbutter with me. I got some crackers, so if I want a snack, I can snack on that. Yeah, I don't even get a dozen and a half out of the. I'm making smaller cookies than I normally make. So I think I'm gonna get. I got 17, not quite a dozen and a half. I might just get a couple of these a little bit bigger. Scrape out my pan here. Add a little more to that one, a little more to that one. Put that in the sink. Wipe off my hands. And we'll use the fork and the sugar to press these ones down. So I'm making 3 things. I am making the Wowbutter cookies. I am going to make some black bean brownies. I know people are going, ew, black beans. You never know there's black beans in it. And then I'm going to make oatmeal cookies. So there's the other 4 that's left. I'll have to wait for the Wowbutter. Say peanut butter, but it's Wowbutter. I got Wowbutter under my nail there. I'll have to wait till that batch is finished. So while I'm doing that, I have to drain. Yeah, I'm going to do the black green brownies next. Because each recipe gradually increases in temperature. Now we definitely don't want them to use their pen, or it'll be definitely a bad day for them. Yeah, it's a very everybody knows that's on the team. Although one guy did forget and brought in some mix and match or the multi-packs of chocolate bars. And brought ones in that had Snickers in them. So I had to take those out of there. So I got a can of black beans. I'm just going to drain them in the sink here. And rinse them. So the handy part, peanut butter cookies only took 1 bowl. Actually, I should wash that bowl. I'm not going to. I'll use another bowl because I'm going to do the dishes afterwards. Anyways, so I just want to rinse that starchy liquid off of them. I'm just gonna let them sit there. This one, black bean brownies. You can do a food processor, or you can do a blender. I prefer to use the blender. So I have my handy dandy KitchenAid blender that I got on sale when our Zellers closed across Canada. When they were bought out by Target. The Target closed too, but when we had Zellers, I got quite a few things when they're closed out sale. Like the KitchenAid blender, $75 or $95 I paid for it. Somebody didn't clean it better. But it's just like my mixer, my stand mixer. I have to get it out next. It's a KitchenAid as well, and I got that on sale at Walmart. I paid less than $200 for it, and I got it for $400 at least now. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab my ingredients I need. I'll probably grab my recipe because I don't quite know all this one all by heart. Let's get everything set out on the table here. Grab all the stuff, all the things. You guys can see me okay. I know it gets dark when I back away, but if I have this light on, there's a glare there. If I have the top light on, there's a glare there above my head. So we'll do what we have to do. I know that's going to be big enough. Probably need the bigger. Grab the biggest one. Rather not have to be too small. A few more minutes on that one. I'm going to grab my pan. It says an 8x8. I don't have an 8x8. I have a 9x9, or I have this little square or rectangular pan. So the Target went bankrupt here. Hello, Danny. Welcome in. I'm on back to my notes. Oh, does Troy? Yes. Oh, hi, Troy. How you doing? Let's see. I looked on Temu at stuff, but right now, at the time, it was like, yeah, I haven't got money on my card to start. I think I'll go a little crazy on the. Amy got her KitchenAid mixer as a Christmas present several years ago. Well, I bought this blender. It's got to be close to a decade. I know the mixer I got probably 10 years ago. Picture is good. It's a KitchenAid mixer. Those things are hella heavy. Yeah, oh yeah. Even this base is quite heavy. I got my KitchenAid mixer down here, but then when my son's girlfriend's dad was moving in with his girlfriend, he gave her his KitchenAid mixer. So we have two KitchenAid mixers here, and they're both black. So mine's in here, hers is in the closet. So I'll go over the ingredients in just a second. Let's move the pan over here. So this one's, people will say hella heavy, hella easy. Black's my favorite color. Well, that's all they had there. And both my KitchenAid things are black. I have KitchenAid knife sets too that's black. My favorite color would be tax. That would have been red. Here and back at the house. I turn this on just for a second to Let's see what these cookies look like. So I should do 10 to 12. I think I'm going to give it 2 more minutes. So this is not the recipe I'm looking for. This is the right thing the other night. Wrong page. There we go. So we did the Wowbutter cookies. We're done with those. Black bean brownies. So we're just going to measure everything into the blender. So I got my beans that are rinsed, drained. Now I'm just going to put those in the blender. Now the thing is, when you do this, and I'll mute it when I blend it. If you puree them really well, you don't taste it. If you don't puree them well enough, then you get the little bits of skin. Did you say black bean brownies? Yes, there's no flour in these brownies, so they are gluten-free. Let's give me the 1 minute warning. So, black bean brownies, rinsed and drained, 15-ounce can, 2 large eggs. Gonna throw that in there. 1. 2. Don't drop the bits of shell in there. Got it. Got a bean too, but no, there we go. I really should do the cracker shells over a bowl and it's not into the concoction. 1/4 cup of cocoa powder. Shake up the cocoa powder. It's kind of clumpy there. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to give this a little whirl to start with. There we go. Get out of the way. Yeah, mute. So I mixed it up a little bit. I'll mix it more when I get ingredients out. Okay. Woo! Let's do a little hot blast. Put it in and step away from the oven. And we're going to give those, timer, and go about 11 minutes. Forgot to get the rack out. Cool them. In a second, we're going to take them off. Okay, back to 1/4 cup. Yeah, 1/4 cup of cocoa. Take the lid off, Mikey. Come on. 1/4 cup cocoa. And my 1/3 cup coconut oil. You can use liquid or you can use the thicker stuff. Does not matter. I use what I have. Right now, I have a lot of the thicker stuff. Just have to make sure it's pureed really well. So, I got my 1/4 cup of coconut oil. Throw that in there. It's not bad. Half an hour, not even in it tonight. We got it. We're almost on the second one, ready to go in the oven. So move that out of my way. Oops, should put the cocoa away. We're done with that. Then we're going to use 2/3 of a cup of honey. See, I turn that off. There's no glare there. And I couldn't find my other ring light. So I'm reusing the cup I use for the coconut oil. So that way the honey doesn't stick to it as much. This is near the bottom of this bottle of honey. You might have to borrow some of theirs. Funny, no name honey, and then this one is from a honey place outside of town. Same bear. There's 1/3. Grab my little spatula to help. It calls for 2/3. We have to squeeze some more in there. Tried to watch Dylan Hollis on YouTube. He tries all these unusual recipes. Well, this recipe for the black bean brownies I actually found in the essential oil recipes. Because if you like, you can add a drop of peppermint or a drop of like wild orange, or like Terry's chocolate orange kind of flavor. You can add that to the brownie mix. Since I'm taking it with me, and my kids aren't really a fan of the essential oil in it, so be careful. I don't want to use all their honey. Shh. So we got the honey, coconut oil, cocoa powder, eggs, half a teaspoon of baking powder. Teaspoons are on the bed. Whew, it's warm in here. Half a teaspoon baking powder. And I'll put these recipes in later. I know I still have to add the other one in from the other day. Getting there. Half a teaspoon baking powder. And a pinch of salt. Pinch of salt. Oops, I didn't put the rest of the oil, or the rest of the honey in. Get the rest of the honey in. Then I have to mute you guys so I don't blast you with them. And time for taste testing. Well, the Wowbutter Cookies just come out of the oven. Show you that in just a second. I'm going to mute this while I put the blender on. Just scrape the sides down. As soon as I take this off, I'll show you what it looks like. The consistency of chocolate pudding, to be honest. I wish I had the other camera so I could show you the. I'm going to give it another little whirl, and then I hope that's not thunder again. So I'll mute you guys again and give another little whirl. So a nice chocolatey brown consistency. Kind of looks like chocolate pudding. I know it's not the greatest picture. Now, I got to put it into a greased pan. Like I said, I don't have any spray stuff, so I'm just going to kind of grease it with some coconut oil since it's in the recipe anyways. Let's smear that around so it doesn't stick. So as I said, this one's gluten-free. It has no flour or nut in it. Your black beans are high in fiber. So this is a lower carb option. So I just kind of rub some coconut oil around in there. And then I'm going to pour. Just going to pour that into the pan. Like I said, it goes in an 8x8 square pan. I don't have an 8x8. This rectangular one is probably about a 9x5. I don't know. So I'm going to pour it in there. I'm just going to scrape all the stuff in there. Like I said, you want to puree it really well so that the bean skins, you don't taste them. If you don't puree it well enough, that you'll get the little extra texture. Just scraping that in there. We got 2 minutes on the rest of the Wowbutter cookies. And I'm going to increase the temperature by 25 degrees. Might take a few minutes to get these put in. Just going to get as much as I can out of the... All right. I just screwed up. Well, we're gonna fix it. You're supposed to pour the You're supposed to pour it in a bowl first, and then you mix in half a cup of chocolate chips. But I'm just going to pour it on top and then mix it in a little bit. So we'll just do this carefully. We'll mix it in a little bit. I didn't have any chocolate chips, but I had some little plain chocolate bars that was given to me by a friend. And then you take the other quarter cup, the half cup gets mixed in, and then other quarter cup, with a sprinkle on top. They want to stick together for some reason. It's going to be chocolatey. And there we go. Oops. So I mixed them in, and then I put the other ones on top. I've got 1 minute on the cookies. I'm going to increase the temperature and put the brownies in. All right. Turn that up to 350. Keep moving my oven 350. Yep. So move that up to 350. Take. Yes, I heard you. Get these cookies out. We're going to let that heat up a little bit. I'm going to shut this up for a minute. Oh, trying to figure out the other oven mitt was. It's over there. There is a Wowbutter cookie. We're going to let them totally cool. I probably should have gone Probably didn't need that extra 2 minutes because they're a little. Well, this one's not too bad. That one's dark brown on the bottom. But you know what? I don't care. I'm going to eat them anyways. Because they're dark brown, they're not black. We'll see if my son comes down to taste test one in a bit. That was perfect. Now, I'm gonna try to burn myself again. That should be it. I'm going to reuse the parchment on them when I make the oatmeal cookies. Just waiting for that to heat up. I can put away what I got here. Let's see what tastes great just the same. Hey, River Sticks, how you doing, Tommy? Oh, excuse me. That's a long way down to put that in the cupboard. It's going to taste the same. Yep. Well, I might just try to make some of these same things if I go to M23. We'll see. If I go to M23, I might make some of these things and bring them along so you guys can taste test them. So I know a couple of you guys will be at M23. Put these other 4 over here. Cool. I will be making, if I go to M23, I will be making more butter tarts. And then maybe you could taste test if I decide to make some Wowbutter and some peanut butter cookies, then you could taste test them and see if there's a difference. Okay, I'm putting this in the oven. It's up to 350 for now, and it goes in for 30 to 35. We'll set it for 30 right now. I'm going 30. There we go. I'm just trying to see what I can take off the counter here. This is the last thing. We're going to make oatmeal cookies. And I'm adapting the recipe so that they're gluten-free. And no particular reason. I just find sometimes if I eat a lot of gluten that my gut doesn't feel great. Not that I'm not celiac or I may be gluten intolerant a bit. Yeah, Busby, we're going to have to meet up at some time so that I can bring things, all these things I'm making. I sent you the recipe for butter tarts, so Busby. You guys sharing the spoon? Well, here's the one from the brownies. There's the one from the peanut butter, or the Wowbutter, sorry. Now, I gotta do the weightlifting again. Because I need to get the... That doesn't go in there. That's my submersion blender. Goes over there. I don't need the whisk. I don't need the dough hook. Oh, there it is behind. Say, where'd the paddle go? This thing weighs a bleaking ton, and I have to turn it to get in the... Need the paddle one. Don't need the whisk. Don't need the dough hook. I'd love to win the lottery and get the attachments for the blender. But they cost almost as much as the bloody I spent on the blender. This is also an easy recipe. I'm going to turn this so I can plug it into the top of the stove. I'll put the wipe it out that good. Screw that in there. Screw. That'll lay it on. There we go. Whew. I'm going to open the door a bit. I'm sweating in here. I put the air conditioner on, but then it rumbled and groaned and somebody locked me in. And it's raining. This feels nice. I turn the air conditioning on, and then you wouldn't be able to hear me. So, oatmeal cookies, and this came out of the peanut butter or the Wowbutter Cookies. This is an adaptation of the peanut butter cookie thing that's on like Kraft peanut butter, which is 1 cup peanut butter, 1/2 cup sugar, 1 egg, mixed up and baked them. The brownies were from the doTERRA website. You can put a drop of peppermint oil to make a mint, chocolate mint. This one, the oatmeal cookies, comes from this cookbook, Good Housekeeping Illustrated cookbook that my parents gave me way back in 1983. Gave it to me for Christmas when I was about 20. There's some good recipes in there, but my son likes the oatmeal cookie one. So I'll start measuring these out, and then I can portion them out on the cookie sheet. Well, the brownies are. So 1 cup uncooked oats. I should just bring all these that are already measured out. And this one is really easy because everything goes in the bowl and blend it up. You kind of scrape down the sides while you're doing it. It's not one of these you have to mix dry and wet ingredients and all that nonsense. So I'll just bring the rest of the stuff over so I don't have to go back and forth. Then I have to do a little adaptation here too. Well, I am doing a little adaptation. Do I need a cup for anything? I don't think I need a cup for anything else. We'll sit here. So I'll put in the 1 cup of uncooked oats. And I got a great big box. I don't you can't see it back there. Huge box. The Costco size box of quick oats that my friends, me and Steve, brought. It says 3/4 cups of flour. Well, I'm making an adaptation here. I made some. It's right heavier. I made some oat flour. Now, I was looking online, and it says for 1 cup of all-purpose flour, you would use 1 1/3 cups of oat flour. So I need a 3/4 cup of flour. So I'm just going to do like a heaping 3/4 cup of oat flour. Oat flour, no gluten. Like wheat. Well, not the same gluten as wheat, but higher in fiber, lower in cholesterol, all that stuff. 1/2 cup packed brown sugar. Yeah, we lose some of the calories and carbs and that on the oat flour, and then we throw sugar in there. No, it wasn't 1/2 cup. It was 1/4 cup, dummy. That's okay. We just took half of that out. It's 1/2 cup shortening. We just remove half of that. 1/4 cup brown sugar. Or, wait a minute. go through the ingredients one by one. 1 cup uncooked oats. Flour. No, I was right in the first place. It is a 1/2 cup brown sugar. 1/2 cup shortening. I thought we had shortening here. Turns out we had lard. I don't want lard. And I know my son has used butter before when he's made it, so I'm just going to use the butter or margarine we have and deal with it. Oh, there we go. Thunderstorm again. Hope we don't lose power. Don't power surge. I might have to unplug my computer, which is fine. Much is left in this spoon. Oh, they went to the grocery store. They should have got some. I think my son gets paid tonight or tomorrow, so they can buy some more margarine or use coconut oil or whatever. It's been one of those things. I don't double check the ingredients. I find out I don't have what I want, so then you gotta substitute. There's a lot of things that you can substitute, like applesauce or stuff like that in for different ingredients, but it is what it is. Okay, so we got 1 cup uncooked oats, 3/4 cup flour, 1/2 cup packed brown sugar, or shortening, or margarine, or butter, or whatever. Get those out of the way. And 1/4 cup of regular sugar. One egg. Let's break that into the measuring cup here so we don't get any shells. Yeah, no shells. Okay. I'll bring you guys down here so you can see just tossing everything in here. Don't need the oat flour anymore. Need 1/2 teaspoon salt. So eyeball this. Nope, that one hasn't enough in it. We're gonna eyeball the salt. 1/2 teaspoon salt. And the last ingredient is 1/2 teaspoon vanilla. And I'm using our vanilla that we got in the Dominican. I think I got that at Amber Cove, if I remember rightly. Ooh. See some good vanilla. Put everything in there. We got our oats, we got the flour, we got the brown sugar, got shortening, got the white sugar, egg, salt. No, we don't. Oh, I didn't put the baking soda in. It says on here 1/2 teaspoon of BS. I don't want a lump. 1/2 teaspoon brown sugar. There we go. Move that stuff out of the way. Gotta turn that on. Hopefully it's not too noisy. Cover. Kitchen spatulas. I don't know why. Scrape down the sides. It does say with the oat flour it can be a little crummier, can be a little sweeter, but we're going to experiment. And all I did is I took the rolled oats, put them in the blender, and it's just all out of powder. So we'll experiment with oat flour. And we have oatmeal cookie, but you know what? I can put a little bit more oatmeal in there. This looks a little extra wet there. So I'm just gonna throw a little bit more. A bit more, just a tad. So I want them to ball up, not kind of melt on the cookie sheet. I'm just gonna mix that in by hand too. Oh, hello, Bee. How are you, my dear? I think my son does double batch, but I only did a single batch, so I might leave a couple out. I'll have to hide the rest. Whoever's Master Jimmy, I'm gonna have to wait a minute. Did I have a spoon out? I did have a spoon out to scrape that out into spoonfuls. Take that off there. Leave all my dirty dishes in the sink so I can move the blender out of the way. I'm just gonna put them by spoonfuls. Drop by teaspoon, 1 inch apart. Bake 12 minutes. So teaspoonfuls, 1 inch apart. Like I said, I'm reusing my parchment. I don't care. Getting down to the end of the roll of foil, getting down to the end of the roll of parchment. Still got like 16 minutes on the brownies. Oatmeal cookies, Wowbutter cookies, and black bean brownies. That's a good bit of snacks. Well, I'll leave some at home, but I would take some to share with my oldest. Maybe share with some friends. I don't know. The only problem is at LARP, like they feed, being on the team, they feed us meals, which is great. But supper ends at, I think, around 6. LARP goes most of the night till, well, sometimes they knock down about 3 a.m., 4 a.m., depending on what's going on. People have gone to bed or what's. As long as there's player characters still up, the non-player characters will still send out monsters and all that. Set this over here. If it gets too quiet and they feel that most of the players have gone to bed, then the non-players will call it early. But I've seen it's been 4 or 5 a.m. before my oldest comes in, and doesn't get up until around 11 a.m. and stuff's going on by then because some of the team goes to bed early. And this one's going to give me about 12.5 as well. But I was thinking, I'm going to try. Would you guys be interested in seeing a little bit behind the scenes, what goes on in the NPC camp? Like, I won't give away secrets and that, but, you know, kind of where they do the makeup and the costuming and that kind of stuff. I know I've given you guys you've seen, I give you the LARP 101 and explain a bunch of stuff to you, but I could kind of show you guys what goes on behind the scenes within reason. I can't, like I said, I can't give away secrets. No. So, the garbage. Make sure all my dishes are in the sink. I'll move some stuff off the table, then I'll bring you guys over and we can sit down and chat. And make room for you on the table. That was close. The lid wasn't on the brown sugar. I almost dropped it. Vanilla back in the fridge. And then I can turn the top light on so you see better. So that stuff across. Move my Mountain Dew. Slide the Wowbutter Cookies across. We'll put the oat flour away. Layer. Who messaged me? Oh, none of you guys. My OG friend, Troy. Like I said, I have 4 friends named Troy. One that I've had friends with for like 30-something years. And then my next friend, Troy, was Troy S. Rat Pack. And then Camp Maintenance Guy, Troy. So I refer to my first friend, Troy, as my OG friend, Troy. And my OG Troy lives in Canada. The rest of my friends named Troy live in the US. So we have Wowbutter Cookies made. We have black bean brownies in the oven. They got about 11 minutes. And then we'll put the oatmeal cookies in. Oh, I've been standing too long. My back's starting to bug me. Okay. I'm going to ramble back here for a second to see what I missed. Okay. Nate wants his old bowl to lick. You can have it whatever one you want there. Tommy came in. Oops, was that when I couldn't figure out with the brown sugar? Too much brown sugar. No, that's right. Still have to taste test the same. Yep. Your mom had that same book? I've had that book for, dare I say, almost 40 years. Hello, Michelle Leonardo. Welcome in. Please please give me the thumbs up there, folks. I'll talk about a few things in a minute. Brown sugar oatmeal is good stuff. Yep. I'm not a person that can make a bowl of oatmeal and eat it. But the one night I had some pumpkin apple pie fill, put it in the bottom of the thing and made the crumble on top for apple crisp. It turned out really good. And if you throw ice cream on that and it melts a bit, I can eat that consistency, but I can't do like a bowl of oatmeal. Just Michelle saying hi to everybody. Anyone look at the beater? The beater is in the sink. Michelle, you can have that I call the Polonade has the spoons. Coconut oil, butter, oil. Yeah. Beautiful people, she's driving again. Yep. She's been traveling today. Busby. We got 2 Tommies in here. She Double Tommy and River Sticks Tommy, who's also old school schooly Tommy. You have a dishwasher. These are my dishwasher. I get the snacks, yep. I will leave some behind. We'll see. They went out and bought snacks tonight too. They went out to the grocery store to come back. I think they bought some eggs and some bananas. They're up there. Besides that, I've seen chips and whatever else. But that's them. I'm going away this weekend. They're on their own. Like I said, I think he gets paid tomorrow. So, and there's groceries here. They can figure out their own meals for the weekend. My options are whatever they make at camp, and worst comes to worst, there's always burgers at camp. Love behind the scenes. I thought it would be kind of cool. Like the bowl clean if you put it back in the cabinet now. Thanks. No, Callie didn't even come out to see what I was doing. Not really a fan of oatmeal cookies. I was just trying to figure out what I could make with what I had. I'm too pissed. I don't know what to drink. Water, I guess. Now I got to think of what I was going to talk to you about. Yep. Right out of my head. Should have spoke with it. So yeah. If you got there's interest there, I'd love to do like behind the scenes. Probably do more shorts than longer videos. I tried to do that last time. I still have 2 more shorts to get out tonight because I leave tomorrow for the next one. But then I also have lots of other shorts. Oh, I know what I was going to talk. So probably somebody has heard the news. I'm going to go back here, see where, oops. Hello. My mom would say the Angels are bowling. Nope, it's not on that. Screenshot it. Where to put it? Heard where YouTube is lowering the requirements for YPP. You will now need 500 subscribers, 500 subscribers, 3 public videos in last 90 days, 3,000 watch hours in 12 months, or 3 million short views in 90 days. This will give you features such as super chats, super thanks, memberships, and more, but not ad revenue. You still need 1,000 subs and 4,000 watch hours for that. So, make sure you giving me the thumbs up. I appreciate that. I'm dropping stuff. I appreciate you guys watching my stuff. And if you remember, I know most of my YouTube regulars are going to give them the thumbs up. So now my only question on this, are us Canadians going to be behind like we were on the community tab thing? Are we going to have to wait 6 months for this? But I'm okay with that because we need 500 subscribers for that. I still got 200 subscribers to go. I'm at 300. I was at 305, but I did that controversial live a couple weeks ago, and apparently 5 people went, "Ew," got butthurt or whatever, and left. Sometimes we talk about uncomfortable subjects. I'm sorry, I'm going to talk honestly. I'm a little bit over halfway on the watch hours. The 3,000 watch hours, I am almost to 2,000. So between half and 2/3 of the way there. So I have to. If we have to wait, Canadians have to wait 6 months, like the last thing when they went to the community tab, 500 subscribers for community tab, and got dropped to whatever. But wait, so it gives us time to work on other stuff. So I'll keep that going. I'm always dropping videos and shorts and stuff. So I appreciate you guys watching my videos, watching my shorts, watching my live streams. I look forward to the live streams. I'm trying to do my regular on Thursday, and if he's not able to go, then I'll move my timer maybe a little bit, or go a little longer, just to keep that spot used for both of us. Um, you know, she has things that comes up on Thursday nights, getting home from work and all that stuff and other things, but I'm gonna work as a team on that. I'm gonna go over here. My thing's blinking. Sent me a photo. Oh, I wish I could read that one, but it's got bad language in it. Me too. You were starting to drop shorts every day. I still have a bunch. I have stuff from Kenny coming over and going to Toronto. I have stuff from coming over and going to Niagara Falls. I still have some random ones I've done of Cali and other stuff around here. So I'm going to keep dropping those. I'll be doing more video and making more shorts this weekend. Busby says, Danny, do you need a belt? Dropping your shorts? They like to be funny, don't they? The 1 minute warning. And then we get to put the oatmeal in. It says for 30 to 35 minutes, so you check with a toothpick or whatever to see if it comes out clean. But B, I use my water after licking the bowl. He'll probably eat again. He's always eating, but not as bad as Kenny. I fear for Troy. He's going to have to roll Kenny into the airport next week. All I've seen of Kenny is at O23 is putting food in his face. If I ate that much, that plate will be rolling me around. 1 moment, please. We got to check on this. Oops. Get out of there, box. You're away. Oatmeal box. Where's my other... Stop the timer. Don't need that beeping at me. Here's a toothpick, or I have a little cake tester. It's a handy dandy little cake tester that was my mom's. It's a little metal thing with a handle on top. A little longer than a toothpick. And it's coming out clean, so that means it's done. So there's our black bean brownies. Gonna let them cool. They take a little while to cool. And the oatmeal cookies. So it's $3.75. So we're gonna crank that up a little more. Wait a couple minutes and put those in. Put the tester back in here, so I know where it is. I have you guys sitting on a cutting board on the counter. Put that away. Anybody want to see the? Here, there's the Wowbutter cookie. Looks just like a peanut butter cookie. Smells mostly like a peanut butter cookie. Is there a little one? I got a little one here. Let's see a taste test. Oops. Tastes mostly like a peanut butter cookie. Yum. A little bit. It's not, I wouldn't say off. A little bit between it tastes like a peanut butter taste. Can also taste a little toasted. I don't know what to say swayed, but that toasted taste like Tastes good to me. I'll still eat them. He's walking home. Thought you guys were driving. Cake testers are the best. Sesame toasted, yeah. But I would definitely use that as a substitute. Yeah, it's like a toasted sesame seed flavor, even though it's soy, but it's still. Oh yeah, she passed to park her car in a different spot and then walked around to their townhome. Oh, that's good. Gotta wait till that heats up. Oh, that didn't take long. And we gotta put the oatmeal cookies in for 12 minutes. Oh, well, that felt too long. We're gonna check them at 10. We'll see. So we don't get them extra. So it's not black, it's brown, dark brown, but let's see, what else was gonna. I have lots of things I'd like to talk about, but some things are not appropriate. And some things are still up in the air. I don't know some details on some stuff, so can't share that yet. Dang it. I think what else I'm going to share about YouTube. Almost empty. Hello, Brene. How are you? How many people are still at the campground? Is there quite a few, or a lot of people are hanging around after the big meet? I wish I had a vehicle and a rig. I would love to go camping. Yeah, I was starting to get worried when you said you were walking home. I was thinking long walk home, not around the corner. I'm just thinking like a big. She's west of Toronto, but I think in big cities like Toronto, parking is very limited. So sometimes there's only enough out front for one vehicle, or not quite two. Some have other parking areas like a road that goes in behind or whatever. I know when I went to visit my adopted one, that they had to access from behind. There was a road there for extra parking and stuff. But well, the cities that are a little bit bigger, the parking's a hot commodity. Well, even here, along my back fence here, I have an assigned parking, and then there's a visitor one, and there's a visitor one, and then the neighbors. And then on the other side, the guy beside me has two vehicles. I don't know why, because he's the only one who drives. He doesn't pick up in the car, so he's got. And then they're coming out with this new company. They was like, well, if you're not grandfathered in, then you're going to be paying $35 a parking spot. And I was like heck, I'm paying it. I don't have a vehicle. And then what? License plate numbers if you got visitors or whatever. It's like, that's not your business. If I have a friend that stays for a few days, I don't need to know who they are or whatever. Oops. Jarhead and Ginger, Ron, C, Kenny, time for exploring. Gina and the Motley Crew. Troy S, Cat, Mike, Raymond, and a couple more. There's still quite a few hanging around. Let's see, how many people have I met out of that? One, 2, 3, 4, and you. Out of that group, I've met Fairy Dust, I've met Ron C, I've met Kenny, I've met Troy S, I've met Kat in person. I met Kat last year at M22. I met Michelle and Bernae last year at M22. I'm going to take the reins. I have to go. Have a great day, everyone. Have a good night, Busby. Catch up with you later. Thanks for coming in. I did put the timer on. I did that the other night, didn't I? What? The other night, or I think a time before that. Recently, when I was doing cooking, it's like, did I put the timer on? Especially at 10 minutes in, you're going, okay, how long has it been? So we got oatmeal cookies in. I got a bite or two left in my Wowbutter cookie. And our black bean brownies are out, cooling. I'll probably take half and leave half, and I have to hide it. So my son gets the munchies later on. Well, they went about snacks, so hopefully he won't touch my snacks. They were up early, so I think they went up and having a nap. It was stressful earlier today. There was no internet. I'm shaking my head because I would start saying, and he goes, "Don't say in my day." Well, in my day, we didn't have all these options. How was I? I didn't have a cell phone till after I was married and had kids. I had a flip phone. And then I graduated to a slide phone with the little buttons. And my first somewhat Android was it my Moto G that my oldest bought me for my birthday one year. Had that for quite a few years. And then I got the Samsung Galaxy A8 5 years ago. 5 years ago in August, when my adopted one was working at an electronics store. I bought this phone just before he left to go off to school. The Boxing Day before that, I had bought my TV at the same place on sale. So to make the electronics last. It's a kind of a crappy case. It's got a chunk broken out of the bottom here. It's got a crack over here. The side's getting all kind of worn. But I've had this case just as long. And on my Moto G, I had a red one like that. A number of times I've dropped this, and it's landed that way down. It's slid across the concrete floor in the house. It's dropped out of my pocket over here, and it's landed on the corner. I have one little scratch that's right about here. That's maybe about a quarter of an inch long. So knock on wood. It lasts me a while longer. It's a little slower, but it's still, for what I want to do. I do have an SD card in it, but I find when it records great videos. All those videos I do for LARP are done on my phone. I just find the storage sometimes is an issue, but what I do when I go to LARP, I take my computer with me, this laptop. I take the charging cord plugs right in the USB here. I loaded everything off of here onto, my laptop, except for the stuff I want to make into shorts, or if I make a short, usually I record this way, then I'll do some this way so I can make shorts out of them, just to have some fun. Tomorrow should be interesting. My oldest is going to pick me up when they're done work. They go from here. Good friend passed away on Tuesday. Would really like to. They're not having a memorial or a ceremony. They're just having a visitation tomorrow night from 5 to 8. And that's the time that we got to leave to go to their place to pick up stuff and then go to near London for LARP. So I did convince my oldest to, can we at least stop by the funeral home and drop off cards to the son and daughter. So I'm going to do a drop. But what's that, a drive-by? No, not drive-by. Quick drop-in. What the heck? Well, that didn't work out. I'm going to turn that down. That was a fail. That was a fail. Guess I need to use shortening. Cannot use. Well, let's see if it cools off. I can peel it up and cut it into. It's kind of darker on the edges. I turn the temperature down. We'll see what happens. Well, dag nabbit. Two things turned out. That one didn't. Well, a little bit more heat out there. That was a fail, but maybe it'll turn out like a chewy bar or something. It's not all burnt on the bottom, but I'll have to let it cool. See what happens. Life doesn't always turn out the way we want, right? It's a good thing I've got a few other snacks. Went to the dollar store I had to get poop bags for the dog, and I had to get some sympathy cards. I could drop those off tomorrow, but she was a wonderful lady. She's only a decade older than me, so she would be. She's 69. She would have been 70 in July. Her birthday's 2 days before mine. But Harley was ill or something and was in hospital and contracted something else. One of those other, infections that are not flesh eating, but one of those other type of infections that you can pick up in hospitals or nursing home type of things, and never recovered. And I've known her since went to the same church, and I've babysat for most of the family. The kids I was a nanny for, the twins I was nanny for when they were 3, when the older siblings were 5 and 1. I started babysitting them, and then I babysat the son of this lady, and the son was like 2. I'm sad for her kids and that. She was a sweet lady. Unfortunately, just before the pandemic, I don't remember what was going on. I'd seen her a few times and then kind of lost touch, and then over the pandemic, just didn't connect. I had talked to her son a couple times during the pandemic, but the kids that I was a nanny for, the twins I was a nanny for, their dad and this lady were brother and sister. So I was like, it's been. And then the twins I watched, their mom was one of 5 kids, and out of these 17 grandchildren, I think I at some point in time babysat all, but I didn't babysit the oldest sister's kids. And the youngest sister's youngest child, I didn't babysit. I babysat the older one. So, like, it's a family where my nickname Mikey came from. But except for this lady that passed, her son. Her son calls me Michelangelo because he was a Ninja Turtle kid. Michelangelo's a party dude, and he still says it when he's over late 30s now. Gonna be pushing close to 40. So call me Michelangelo. But hey, great memories. I saved a lot of pictures I seen on her son and her Facebook, so I'll keep them on my computer so I can look back and remember the great times. Cowabunga. Hey, Daryl, how's it going? So for those that came in late, I was doing some baking tonight, going to LARP on the weekends, and the person that is head of the plot team is very allergic to peanuts, and I like peanut butter cookies. My dear friend B gave me a bottle of Wowbutter, which is soy, and I did I didn't do a taste test on here, but maybe I should have. Maybe I'll do a short. So that wonder if I can make it's like a peanut butter substitute. I wonder if I can make Wowbutter cookies. So we made some Wowbutter cookies. Look, smell, pretty much a little more toast, like a toasted sesame smell or taste to it, but it's still really good. And then I made black bean brownies. Bring those over to show you guys. And I know people are going to be like, yuck, black bean. There's no flour in this, so it's gluten-free. It's high in fiber, lower in carbs and stuff. And then I tried to make oatmeal cookies. I didn't have shortening. I thought I could try with margarine. And yeah, it's a fail. It's a total fail. This is the second one. At least they're not as well done as the first ones. They just made a mess and that. We'll see when it cools if it can turn out like a chewy thing. If not, it'll be a toss in the garbage kind of thing. Crap happens. Actually, see if I can put. Just trying to find a spot to put it. This because it's still hot on the bottom. Throwing trimmets at myself. It's one thing I miss when it's not winter. I used to put things outside to cool. With my Christmas baking, but well, the middle of the back doesn't look too burnt, so maybe it'll be a chewy thing. Bing, bing. Whoa. I don't even want to look at that. He's home, daily exercise. That was a long day. How long ago? What, Wowbutter? .5 grams omega-3s. Toasted soy spread. Peanut and tree nut free, gluten free. No added colors, preservatives. That's before. Date printed on jar. 2020, November 2024. We got lots of time on this one. Test results keep below 24 degrees Celsius, 75 Fahrenheit. So non-GMO. Nutritional facts per 1 tablespoon. 100 calories. 8 grams of fat. Thunder. 1 gram of fiber. 2 grams of sugar. We got iron, we got calcium, we got potassium. And like, yeah, be saying there. And you got stickers on the inside, so if you make your kid a Wowbutter sandwich, you can stick that on that because it says right on there, made with Wowbutter, 100% peanut and nut free. And when I put my things in a container, I'm going to stick one of those on the container. No, V is not going on tonight. That's why I'm still on. V's had a long day and just got home, so. Who's messaging the chatterbox? Well, I don't know. She might come up to visit. Well, you never know. My OG friend, Troy, sent a picture. And it looks like Morticia from the movie. It says, I love it when people F with me. That means I don't have to play nice anymore. The things we get sent to each other on the things that get sent to each other. Whoops. Don't get silly. I was trying to grab the tab and move it. Nope, Daryl, if you stay tuned, you might see me. Okay. So I can use those on real peanut butter sandwich. No, you can't use it on a real peanut butter sandwich. 15 hours is way too long. That's a long day. Long day. I don't know, we were chatting fairly late last night, but not too late. We had some interesting conversations last night. So what's next? Next week is essential oil, right? It's a zesty one. And I've used it in a recipe already this year. But I'll tell you what other things you can do with it. And I don't. What else have I got coming up? I don't think what the last week we're going to do a DIY craft. That's what it is. Last week of June. And then the first Thursday in July, the first Thursday in July will be the kickoff for Helping Hands for Cruising. Speaking of which, let me see. I'll take a little commercial break if I can find this. You guys can watch this while I find the other video.
Have you ever dreamt about taking a cruise on one of them fancy boats, soaking up the beauty and the magic just to free your soul, and floating on the ocean, just a notion that seems out of reach? One thing on your bucket list is just to go and see the beach. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but helping hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping hands are cruising, cruising. Helping hands are cruising, cruising. Helping hands are cruising, making your dream a reality.
You know you gotta do the things you've only dreamed about. Don't let anything stop you thinking you can't go all out. You can do the things you never thought were possible, with helping hands to help you get there. Even oceans are no obstacle. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but helping hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping hands are cruising, cruising. Helping hands are cruising, cruising. Helping hands are cruising, making your dream a reality.
So if you ever dreamed about taking a cruise in one of them big old boats, soaking up that sun, feel that breeze, yeah, there is still hope. Don't let the ocean be a notion that is out of reach. Let's get together, help each other, and go see the sea. You wanna see the world, but something always holds you back. You've got that itching feeling, but your dreams got hijacked. There's lots of people out there that never get to cruise, but helping hands is helping making dreams come true.
Helping hands are cruising, cruising. Helping hands are cruising, cruising. Helping hands are cruising, making your dream a reality. Helping hands are cruising, cruising. Helping hands are cruising, cruising. Helping hands are cruising, making your dream a reality.
I'm still here. Yep. The first weekend of July, we'll be kicking off the Helping Hands for Cruising. And I'm just trying to do a little the video I did of kind of promoting Helping Hands, promoting what's coming up. So let's see if I can get this to work. Maybe. If it wants to cooperate.
Hello, Michael. Happy
Toby. Thank you. Thank you. I had fun doing that. It's unfortunately it's too long for me to put in the over with the brand things to like every time I want to use it I have to go find it and I gotta bring it up and share screen and all that stuff. But
It's all good. It's all good.
just a little I just want to kind of do an overview of like where we started and the first couple and then this is what's coming up. And this is where we need your help.
And it can only get better with everybody's help.
Yep. We better get Sharon down to our borders here. And
Yeah. Hey, I actually texted Sean. Michael Ann could attest and Danny can attest. I went to my accountant and I was like, "Oh, I forgot my receipt for Helping Hands for Cruising." He goes, "I actually heard of this organization this year," and I was like,
wow.
and he was impressed because I said, "Well, I was an inaugural cruise for that one." He goes, "What?" And then he was like, "Tell me more, tell me more."
Oh, that was such an amazing time.
Yeah.
And I'm glad it was 8 days. I didn't want to get off. That 8
You
days.
know what? Michael Ann and I talked. I was like, we didn't know that back-to-back was an option because I think we would have taken it.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care if it would have been 12 in a room. We would have made it happen. We're taking time sleeping on the bed or something because it would have been like,
Well, Steve sleeps in the chair part of the time anyway. So, like, okay, when you're done sleeping in the chair, I'll go sleep in the chair.
Michael Ann can attest. She's the only one who caught Steve on the cruise sleeping in a chair on video.
In the atrium.
In the atrium, of all places, is super loud. Party, drinks were flying. I was like, I don't know.
I've been watching other people's videos of the Horizon and just like, I know that place. I recognize that thing. Oh, I want to go back. So many things I didn't see and didn't try. And I was like,
But that's what I said. Like, that's why everybody's experience is always different because there's just so much. And I get why people cruise more than once and a back-to-back. Even if you do back-to-back the same trip, you still haven't done the same thing twice.
yeah, we knew back to back was a thing ahead of time, and
Yeah.
I would have figured out how to.
Yeah, we're trying to figure it out. Trust me.
Oh,
Canadian funds, we're trying to figure you out.
because it was the 8-day back to back with a 6-day, I believe it was.
Yeah.
And then the 6-day did the the Western Caribbean, whereas we did the Southern Caribbean. And it's like,
And when I came back, I had to quarantine for what, 10 days, 14 days or something on my end because I was in contact with certain people that may or may not have it. So I was like,
I had to
if we went
quarantine.
back, we could have just quarantined there.
I quarantined from October 25th until November 4th. Because yes, that
I'm with you there.
was something I came home with, and I unfortunately may have exposed friends.
But again, how accurate how was the test 100% accurate? We don't know.
Well, I did it twice.
I only did it twice, but if you put Orange Crush on it, it says you have COVID. So I'm just saying.
All I know is at 3 a.m. the morning you and Steve left the hotel, I was negative.
Yeah.
At 3 p.m. the following day, I was positive. And I double checked I was positive.
As soon as Kenny, I heard that he was checked by a nurse, I was like, here goes Steve. Gotta do a test. It's my paranoia. Because I was like,
Yep.
And the rest of this cruise, I took 5 tests on that cruise just to be sure.
However, we knew the risks going on.
Yeah.
Even though having the vaccine, knew the risks going on. Oh, I wore a mask all the way down until I got there. And like after that, it was like,
I got my vaccine. When they say you have to have it 14 days before the cruise, I had 15 days. Like I could not push it any further. So it was fresh. So I was like, if I catch anything, like this is fresh. Like I'm just meant to catch it. But that's why because I had caught it before getting my vaccine. And Michael Ann can attest. I was like, 3 days, I was like, oh, this is bad. Day 4, I'm like, tired. First 3 days, I was like, it wasn't bad. Like, I'm going to go to the hospital bad. But I was like, I was just feeling achy bones and tired. No appetite.
I didn't lose my sense of taste or smell at all.
Me neither.
And
I just had no appetite.
it felt like a rotten head cold and sore throat.
See, I didn't even get that.
A little bit. It's more scratchy throat. I thought it was my allergies because on the plane, we were picked up at the airport, and I was in a truck where the driver was smoking. Getting back to this area, I live north of a bunch of chemical plants, so I just figured, okay, we're back in this polluted area, away from the nice sea.
My
air.
body's saying, go back on holidays.
And it's like, I was stuffy and my throat was scratchy. And I thought, yeah, I reacted that way to cigarette smoke. So I just figured, but 24 hours later, and it's like, I'm just going to do a test for the heck of it.
Why not? It's just
Did I put the right number of drops on that? Maybe I put too many drops on it. I'll do it again. Very careful to check. Made all the 3 drops. This said the same thing. I'm like, crap.
I know that feeling.
But it was like just a rotten head cold. Then I quarantined till November 4th when they finally tested negative. I had a cough that lingered for another week and a half. Just annoying tickle kind of cough. And then I was great for a week or two. And then I got a really, really sore throat and like an upper respiratory infection.
Oh, God.
Was negative that whole time.
Just like, I have all of these other symptoms, but it's still negative.
I was sicker with that second infection. And I was running at freaking temp of like 103, 104. And I'm like, and the body aches and tired and just drained. And I'm like, what the heck?
That was mine. That was my experience. the temperature, the body aches, the tiredness, the no appetite. I was like, drink water, go to bed. I'm like, I need to drink more water. Like I could feel it in my kidneys, but I was just like, you know.
I just figured my immune system was down after, everything else, and like, whatever. But
And I was trying to. A friend of mine's like, don't forget vitamin C, zinc, magnesium, vitamin D. And this is me trying to take a vitamin C pill and went, oh, you know when you have no appetite, even a vitamin C. As a kid, you're like, yay, vitamin C. I was just like, no, it's not. But I had a fantastic neighbor because when we did get it, like, what, almost 2 years ago, it seems like. Anyways, I was like, I called my neighbor. I was like, can I ask a huge favor? She's like, yeah. I said, my test came positive, and I was supposed to go tomorrow to do groceries. Is it possible I give you a list and some money, and can you just drop it at the door? She's like, no problem. She went to 2 or 3 stores for me. She was so nice. My fridge was fully stocked, and I wasn't hungry for 3 days. I was like,
well, my oldest, I was exposed a year ago in January. So I quarantined for
2 weeks.
over a week.
Wasn't it 10 days back then?
I think it was 10 days back then. But it was, I don't think I quite went the 10 days. I think it was exposed like January 4th or 5th. And it was a little girl I babysat. Her parents asked me to babysit one evening while they went out to the show. So I wasn't really close to them. But
Yeah. But you never know, right?
mom felt rotten the next morning and did a test, and it was positive. And I'd been near her the night, well, not real close, but around her the night before. So it's like, no, I'm isolating. I don't want to expose these two. So I stayed up in what was my office at the time, which is now my son's bedroom again. And my oldest dropped off stuff. I messaged my oldest, and they dropped off soup and Kleenex, and I think I asked for Kleenex, maybe some soup or Gatorade or something like that. I had soup and Gatorade and I don't know what all, and Kleenex and Advil cold and sinus. And it was like,
wow, that's nice.
I had like 2 bags full of stuff. Half of it I didn't ask for, but it was like, okay.
They wanted to cover all the bases.
But
That's pretty resilient.
When I got sick with that second infection after I came home, I went through that Advil cold and sinus.
Yeah, you're like, let's pop it all.
Yep.
Yep. So, Michael, I have a question. Because I've been driving and listening. Certain times I couldn't text, and at the dentist, well, I had to turn you off. So all I could see is you doing this, but I have no idea what you said. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, is Wowbutter a perfect 10 for substitutes? For baking?
Yeah.
I think it's pretty much like a 9 out of 10. The flavor's just not quite.
I would give maybe a 9.5.
How about if I say I give it a 9? So I was like,
Look, it's toast. You can taste that toasted, like a toasted sesame thing, but it's like they taste good to me.
but again, any seed or nut toasted is even better.
Yeah.
I don't know
And
about
then
you. How about your oatmeal cookies?
they're a fail.
Your fail?
I didn't have any shortening. I tried using it with margarine, and it just
Yeah, what? See, I never cook with margarine because margarine is 80% water.
well.
That's why I said coconut oil. Coconut oil. Oh,
Well, maybe I'll try it again. But they all went.
also, you made sugar lace cookies instead.
So I can let them cool and that, and I'm just going to break them up. And if I'm desperate for a snack, that'll be another snack.
I have a question. How many eggs did you put in? 2?
That one only had 1.
Oh, maybe that's why.
And I made oat flour instead of
Yes.
using all-purpose flour because it was like, oh, I'm going to make these gluten-free. Why not?
Why not?
Well, you gave me the oatmeal so I could make flour and stuff.
I was like, have fun. That's why in chat I was like, coconut oil. Read my message.
Please don't lose power. It was bad enough today we lost internet.
See, us is it's just cloudy. That's it.
We've got thunder and lightning again. It's like
My light is changing colors. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna unplug. Just hope
Am I gonna get the fruit fly today? No. Damn
my
it.
battery should last for a while anyways. I can always plug back in.
Oh,
The only problem is I'll lose the router if the internet or if the power goes off.
so Michael Ann, next Thursday, will you be a guest of mine?
Certainly.
I have something to reveal next Thursday. So, Michael Ann has an idea because she's been kept in the loop. So,
Well, Loop, how many discussions lately?
no. Last night's discussion, as much as it was fiesta time, I appreciate it because it changed my mindset. Oh, that's all. I'm going to call that the fiesta chat. I learned a lot. I didn't know that you can limbo. I'm Michael Ann. All I'm going to say, I didn't know you can limbo. Michael Ann, when you stand there, the bananas look like you have half a horn. It's really cute.
No comment. No comment. Not going there.
That's all I'm going to say.
You should put this box upstairs for something. It's a good sturdy box.
Yeah, it is. That's what I like. Oh, and Michael Ann, what's that pancake mix you like?
Kodiak cake.
Yeah,
The
they
one I
have
want
that
to-
at Costco.
Yeah, because I got box was almost this big. It was a family size that we got from that we got free. Was given to us, and there was 3 bags inside. Got through one bag, got part through another bag, and my youngest goes, "Did you look at the expiry date?" I'm looking at the mix, and it looks fine. It's tasted fine to me.
It didn't smell rancid. It's fine.
No, my girlfriend said it tasted old. I'm like, I don't know what you mean by tasting old. I think it's because it's different texture because it's a whole wheat flour.
Yeah, well, the whole wheat has a texture. Like, that's why I was never a fan of whole wheat. I'm sorry.
But the best before date was 2018.
Yeah. Pre-COVID, everything was fantastic.
But
Wow.
but it was like a waffle and pancake mix, and it was like a cup of mix to a cup of water.
Okay, but
I was doing half a cup to half a cup, and it made one waffle on my waffle iron.
wow.
And that was my breakfast. I put syrup on it, or I put fruit on it, or whatever. It's
But Michael Ann,
high in protein.
if you think of those preppers that buy those buckets, it's the same stuff in there, airtight, just like in a package with those little things, and it's good for 20 years. So it's just once you open it, you have to use it. That's the thing.
He says, all I know is that chat was something else. It was something else.
Amy, I loved your nail color in that chat.
Did I miss something?
Well, I loved your limbo. I liked her nail color. I didn't know I can part my hair that way, so it was very interesting chat.
It was.
And that's all we're going to talk about. Oh man, are you eating those in front of me? Okay, you got to give. Did you tell people what I like to do with your what I discovered at On 21? Did you tell her?
On
Let me
21,
tell- Start
I
your
made
story.
Ontario 21, which when B and I met in person that day for the first time. She came and picked me up at the LARP event on the Saturday, September 11th, 2021. She picked me up. There's a video, one of my first video that kind of went viral. Over 1,000 or 1,500 views.
Ooh. It was 1K in 1 week. That's all I know.
It was, I mean, 1K in 1 week. It was like pinching each other's cheeks. I was like, and when we met up with Van Vita Travels, Robin Jankin, Van, Amphibious North. I don't want to call them Anime North, but Anime North is a it's a con. It's not Amphibious North, and
There was Aunt Cindy and her husband, and then
Uncle Frank,
oh yeah, Uncle Frank,
and the other older gentleman and then younger gentleman. I didn't
yeah,
catch the
I
name.
can't remember them. For the likes of me, it's been since then. I still can't remember.
I went
I was
Port Elgin. Nice little place. Windy though. Windier than heck though, but it was nice to meet everybody. Got to know people.
Wasn't it Port
Port Elgin was
Bruce? Port Bruce?
Port Bruce, yeah, on Lake Erie.
I was like,
Okay.
I have to think. It's a port something.
There's a lot of ports down there. It was
Yeah,
windy
if you
on the lake. It was,
Well,
but-
near water, you expect a few ports.
Yeah. anytime I've been near Lake Erie, it's been windy, but
Michael Ann made a huge, like when I say huge container, it was like bigger than my head. Like it was.
I made peanut butter cookies, which I had to keep in the cabin. I couldn't take into the NPC building because of somebody's allergies. So I had a huge thing of peanut butter cookies, and they're the gluten-free ones because they're egg, peanut butter, and sugar, no flour.
No.
And I made black bean brownies. And even people that then kind of looked and went, black bean brownies, but they tried them. I was like, oh, wow.
And when she said she was making black bean brownies, I was like, oh my God, those are the best. Holy cannolis! Wow.
I unplugged my computer. The only thing if I disappear, folks, it's because the power went out and lost the router.
I'll keep it going until you go. I'll keep it going until you come back.
This is crazy. It was yesterday that we had a forecast, and I showed a short, the clouds not coming in. They were saying the potential for the
Tornado?
potential for tornadoes. Like, yeah, and she put her plants out today. They're getting drowned.
I like what Amy says. See-through bikinis are no longer a thing.
No, they're no longer a thing. And the only person I'm going to explain that to.
We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Michael, and if you go poof, you're going to have to send me the code so I can close this for you. So anyways, Michael Ann, you make this big thing of brownies, big thing of peanut butter cookies, and she named you. If you look on one of my shorts that says on 21, you'll see how many people, but there's a few people missing. There's those 2 people, plus I think a third person was missing. I think 3 people were missing in the picture, but anyways. And Michael Ann's like, well, I can't bring the peanut butter cookies back, people. And so she's trying to make us eat. And she goes, well, seriously, there's only 4 brownies. Come on, people, eat up. So I'm talking, because I talk with my hands. She puts a cookie in my hands. I'm talking. I'm like, she gives me a brownie. And I was like, I need a hand to talk. So I just put it together and I folded the cookie and I made like a cookies, peanut butter brownie sandwich. And I'm talking. And I'm like, all of a sudden I stopped talking. People I was like, beep, girl, you gotta try this. So we ended up, everybody ate a peanut butter brownie sandwich. It was the best thing in the world I've ever invented. I'm just saying. So I always say to Michael Ann, she might have to build me a birthday cake with that standard. It was delicious.
Feel bad those plants are going to get drowned.
Go put a tarp on top. Go put them underneath the picnic
I'm
table.
not going to. It's pouring.
Okay, let's see how it's pouring. Oh my gosh.
I'm not bringing you guys any closer. Oh,
Holy, I can see the raindrops.
The plants are sitting. Where are we? The plants are sitting right there on the table.
Michael
If I
Ann,
go this close, the water is coming in here.
close it. Michael Ann, we're gonna have to get you like a little tarp to put over on rainy days.
It was her decision to put them outside today. Ugh. Yeah,
She didn't want to water them. They got watered.
my tomatoes are getting watered. I haven't watered them since the day or two before we got the other rain. So
Well, I did a good thing today. A few weeks ago when I went to IKEA, I bought two aloe vera plants, and they're just sitting there, like going, I need a home. So today, I got a home for them. So now I have to transplant them this weekend. So they get to have a home. And it's a green glass. Really fantastic. So I'll get to see the roots and stuff. So
it's that flash lightning and the rumble was further apart. So that's sounds like it's moving away.
that was pretty loud. But yeah. So people, if you do try Michael Ann's recipes, if you put them even together as a sandwich, there's ice cream sandwich, and then there's peanut butter black bean brownie sandwiches. I would choose the later, like ice cream. So passe.
If you got ice cream sandwiches, there's a video on how to make ice cream sandwich dessert.
Yeah.
Use them for that.
Yeah. But I'm like, oh.
But yeah, Wowbutter Cookies, black bean brownies.
They have a new color.
What has a new color?
No way. I don't know if you know what Green Stock Garden is. It's these. It now comes in blue. Glacier blue, which looks like sky blue. They have they have something green, which is the one I wanted, but the blue looks so cute. I'm just saying. It looks like the sky.
I've seen those. Those are cool.
I'm saving up for a few because I want to put those in the house during winter. Put those like little lamps on it.
Then my OG friend Troy has a little thing that's like a cylinder type of thing, well, a cone kind of thing, and it's got spaces that you put.
Yeah.
It's not the individual thing, but it's got little holes.
Yeah.
The things in, and then with the little lights that come out to help it grow, and they grow their salad there. It's like going over, and they're always trying to trim them off and make their salad. It's like sometimes it gets ahead of them. And
I saw the coolest video. I don't know what country over in the Orient it was, but they took a 2-liter pop bottle. They cut out, the size of the cap.
mm-hmm.
They cut out I don't know if it's like 6 or 8 holes around, and they do a few rows. They planted lettuce in one and onions in the other one. And the onions in 2 weeks, you have the green onion stem starting to grow upward. And you just have to snip and it keeps growing. And I'm like, well, does this happen for chives too? Because I'm like, this would be awesome if it happened for chives. Because I'm like, just put your pop bottle and then just snip your chives. And then the same with lettuce. So
Son's girlfriend's got a couple glasses in there, which takes the glasses and not one of the canning jars or something. They've got small jam canning jars, and she's been putting the romaine in there, and we've got little bits of romaine growing up.
Yeah.
And then she did the same with some of the green onions.
Yeah.
Because I buy green onions. I use the whole thing.
Same here.
They use the green, and there was
They don't use the onion part?
my son threw out the onion part the other day, and I thought you could have stuck that one in another glass. Because
Yeah, and if not, you could keep it for stock.
keeps growing up the greens. Yeah, or put it in the thing. He walked over there and threw it. And I'm like, thank goodness he paid for those ones.
Or you slice them super thin, you put it in the oven, you dry them. Forget chives, you got dried green onion. Perfect for making sour cream dip.
That was
I'm just saying.
Saturday or Sunday. He did that, but then I didn't see the greens, and I'm like, what the heck? I'm gonna have to go buy some more green onions. He goes, there's some in there. Oh, if you had it in a Rubbermaid container, all the greens. So it was like, okay. Because I did the Korean ground beef and rice bowls the other night, and I was like, garnish the top of it with green onions.
Yummy, yummy. So that's what I'm saying. Like, green onions are so versatile.
My dad grew them all the time in the garden.
But if anybody has onions that start germinating, just put them in soil. Just let it put it in soil. You're just going to get another one. That's all I'm going to say. Just keep at it, you know?
I haven't got, except for transplanting the tomatoes, I really haven't done anything this year. I haven't got out to buy anything. I seen one local farm markets out 10, 15 minutes outside town that strawberries are just coming on.
I could tell you I already made strawberry rhubarb 2 weeks in a row. Best.
Well, I want to make jam, but it's like,
I didn't make jam. I made coulis. Because jam has so much sugar. I'm like, oh, I can't justify the sugar.
I usually make freezer jam.
Oh,
And
okay then.
his girlfriend loves the freezer jam. She goes through it like it's going out of style, and I only made 4 jars last year and it didn't last.
Well, you can make freezer jam with any kind of fruit you want. Even frozen strawberries you can make it with. You just have to thaw out a bit of the juice.
Well, I didn't use strawberries from the farmer's market. I gotta message my friend.
I'm calling a friend. Can you deliver?
Phone a friend.
Yeah.
Well, we were supposed to go strawberry picking last year, and he got kidney stone instead.
Oh, I found a farmer last weekend. You parked your car. You could see what they're picking right in front of you. You go in this little thing up the stairs. It's like I want to say it's not a barn and it's not a home. It's like a cross. It has 2 levels. Like, I think the bottom would be like cold storage, food cellar kind of. And freshly picked strawberries. You could still see the dew from outside. Like, I was like,
Yep.
so I'm like, I bought 4, what are they called? Pints? Is that the green thing?
Pints,
Pints.
the little ones.
It's like, yeah, the little, well, it's like about like 4 inches by 3-4 inches. Yeah, like that. I don't know. I was like, pints, quart? I don't know. I'm like, I bought 4 of those. I left them on the counter, like in a Ziploc, on the counter for 2 days. They start to sweat and they kind of dehydrated a bit. And then that's when I put them in my coulis. Because they weren't bad. They were just dehydrating naturally. Because strawberries have a lot of water when you boil them. But it was so good. I'm like, I literally had a cup worth when I made it. It was so good.
I was just kind of bummed because like last year I wanted to pick strawberries so that I could have some and make a good sized batch of jam and then freeze some.
Yeah.
And didn't get to do either. He didn't get a kidney stone on purpose. I know. It just the timing sucked.
I totally get that. Same here. I usually go. Steve and I usually go every year. Last year, I don't know what happened. It was a no-go. And Steve goes, man. Because, come December 1st, I'm like, let's have a bowl of strawberries and whipped cream. And
Yep.
this December 1st, I was like, no strawberries on it.
And it was like $6 for a quart last year.
That's what they're running right now. But the place that I went, they were $4.99. So they were $5. But they were picked right there, like
Yeah.
like
Well, even
15 feet away from me. I was like,
in the years I couldn't get out to pick, I would go to the farmer's market in town here and get a flat. And
yeah.
I think the last time I bought a flat of them was 30 something.
Last year I bought a flat, but we ate them all, and they weren't as sweet. And I said to Steve, I'm not going to that place again because they were not sweet.
I think
You know, there's Ontario strawberries, and then there's California.
Yeah. Well, it's like I went to the grocery store, and I think some of them were Ontario, but they were on sale last year, and I got a bunch I made 4 jars of freezer jam, and that was it. And it was like, but it wasn't the same that Ontario fresh homegrown.
Yeah, you could smell it. It's just like,
Yeah, because when I do that, I come home in the sink, wash them, cut them,
yep.
and then start mashing the ones, because I use Bernardin or whatever it is, or
Yeah.
just a freezer jam package, and it's that and about 4 cups of sugar or something, plus the mashed up berries, and you stir it, and then you put it in the jar, and
The Bernardin, isn't it pectin or something? That's
it's like
called?
it's a freezer jam, pectin, whatever.
Yeah.
But there is a jam recipe too you can do with chia seeds.
Yeah. Chia seeds and lemon juice, isn't it?
It thickens
Yeah.
it.
Hey, I've made chia seed pudding, and it's delicious. So. Chia seeds also replace an egg if you don't have an egg. 1 tablespoon of a chia seed in water.
I have chia seeds in there.
If you don't have an egg, that's a good.
They're a good probiotic.
Yeah, and they get slimy. You let them like 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, and you see they start, like, they expand and they get slimy, and then it's perfect. It has like a slimy texture just like eggs.
Yeah, I know. I just hope I can get some strawberries this year. I know the one year both my kids and my daughter-in-law. Holy shite! Got me.
Oh, Michael Ann.
I see that. It was right there. It was like a round ball.
Michael Ann. You know the little gnome that I dropped to Crystal and Kenny because Jeff and Tracy, I believe. I'm trying to think of her name.
Tammy?
Jeff and Tammy from Gypsy and the Gorilla. They went to give Kenny his prize and pick up my prize for their daughter. I just got a video and she loves it. But unfortunately, the glasses got left behind. So when I send him a sticker, I'm going to send him the glasses that go with it.
Cool.
You know, because, you know, you're always a super character somehow.
Hello, 7.
Hmm?
Orange kitty cat walking through here. You don't want to go there now.
He's like, but I'm wondering what all this ruckus is about.
Oh, they took him outside earlier.
Oh, yeah?
He was not happy.
So, Michael Ann, are you closing your live in like 7 minutes?
6 minutes, yeah. Probably.
Yeah. Just want to.
I don't want to use up all my time. And
I get here, Daryl's there, and then Daryl leaves. What is this?
yeah,
Ah,
I got Danny D, Amy. Who else is left in here?
I'm in there.
You.
I have to dehydrate. I have to rehydrate, not dehydrate.
Don't dehydrate.
I feel like a strawberry. I was in
Water,
plastic bar.
I got a little bit of Mountain Dew left.
I broke down and I got plastic. I was like, yeah, that's pretty bad for me. Because I really try. See, I even bought these. I was like, I really don't like using reusable, like non-reusable plastic.
I was at Dollarama, so I grabbed a Mountain Dew and some other snacks. And
At Dollarama, I do like the Naya water. Because it's from what, Quebec? I do like Naya water.
yeah, that was a fail. Hello.
Did you hear that loud crack?
Yeah, there was like a big ball of lightning right above that big tree over there.
Trevor and it woke Trevor and I up.
It was like, boom, got me. I got, oh, She Devil's still lurking.
Oh, Tommy's still here.
I unplugged my computer because I don't have it plugged into a surge protected power bar here. So if I would disappear, it's because the
Something to the Tron first.
I guess if I disappear because the router or whatever. You don't want to go out there, Missy. Glaceon, your nose is going to get wet.
She's like, I'm feline-ish. I'm going to check it out.
You know what curiosity you did to the cat? You're standing pretty close to the door there.
She's like, I have 9 lives. I'm good. Well, look at those pretty people lurking.
I just about wanted to take one of them the other day. She backed up to my boots and sprayed them.
Oh, that would have happened? Trust me, not in my
I was sitting on the chaise, and she backed up right there and looked right at me and sprayed them. I thought, you little. I gave them a quick scrub, rinsed them off, and threw them outside.
Little.
No cookies for you. You probably want.
Well, you know what? I know Hope Bus, her puppy is allergic to peanut butter. I wonder if they can have wow butter. I never thought of asking that.
I don't know if dogs can have soy. Never thought of that.
Yeah, I don't. That's why I said I don't know if they can have soy. Because it's a seed.
I'm not sharing them. I'm taking them with me.
Yeah. She's like, sorry. But you know what? Even as a fail, it's still not a fail. You know how I describe this? You know when you make oatmeal? You take one of those cookies, you crumble it, and it makes like hard granola on top. I'm just saying it's not a fail.
Well, the other one is kind of dark around the edges, but the middle part looks fine. So I'll break it up. Yeah, like you said, like a granola or
Yeah.
if it's chewy, then I'll take it. I'll just put it in a Ziploc bag if I want to snack on it that way.
You throw it with some nuts and some raisins, you call it trail mix. Just saying.
If I had other things to throw in with it.
Well, there's chocolates.
Very little.
Oh my God. I still, okay.
You got me addicted, woman. I was like, that was my snack at night. It's like, I got nothing else to snack on. Handful of chocolate.
No, it's not a handful. I told you 2. 1 for each hand.
Yeah, they're addicting.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. And
That's why you picked up.
I don't have chocolate chips for my brownies, so I cut up a lot of those today for that.
See? I told you. You think just like I do.
I will feed you soon, Kelly. Yeah.
Oh my God, Danny's addicted to Temu. I have yet to push send on my order because I was like, my order is getting bigger and bigger, and I was like, oh, I can't push send.
I had it on my phone, but then I had too many apps on there.
Yeah.
It's like, you're running out of storage, and I'm like, what the hell's going on with this? And it's like, I give up.
That's the thing. I tried to take a few out too. And I have this Bixby on my phone. And it says if I delete it, certain apps won't work. And I was like, why did it come with this stupid thing? Oh, can I show you what I got from my phone? I got this at the Dollarama.
Oh, that's cute.
It looks like Star Trek-y, you know? But you put your fingers, look, Amy, and you can rotate it. It's out of metal, so it's not going to pop off like the Poppets. And you can use it as a stand.
The reason I have a Poppet is so I don't drop my phone, because I have a habit of looking at it and
Poppets, I've already broken 2 Poppets. That's why I broke my screen 3 times.
Actually, this one was on another case. Took it off and stuck it on here, and it's like
I cracked 2 Poppets. I'm that rough with my phone.
my daughter-in-law gave me one, but it was like a disc and another disc, and it was like an elastic thing in between, and it was really tight. It's on my
That's what I was looking for. But do you know the company Night Eyes or Night? It's spelled NITE. And then there's like a Moon IZE. Anyways, they make fantastic. I have keychains. There's lights. There's lights for your dog collars. There's reflective lights when you run. Like they're pretty reputable brand. And I found that at the dollar store because I guess so many people can buy. So I bought 2, thinking Steve might want one. And then my friend at the trailer, Angie's like, you know what, babe? I would use that.
Go
I was like, well, there you go. And it's metal. It's not plastic. Because I try not to get plastic in the world. I
You
really
can get all kinds of things, Tommy, from Temu.
Yeah. Put it this way. It's a clearance priced Amazon. Put it that way. So if on Amazon it's $14.99, they go on Temu, it's $5.99. So yeah.
The other thing I have on my Amazon stuff is I have an Amazon wish list. And it is on my thing, but it's like I'm not asking anybody for anything.
I don't even know how to make a wish list on Amazon. I just did at the beginning of the pandemic. I bought my first order. My first order was those packable cubes, the compression ones. So this is because I knew we were going to go on the cruise. I bought them before even Steve said yes to the cruise. This is how I was like, we're going on a cruise. But then discovered Amazon. Then we got Steve's Bermuda cute shirts. We got 3 12-volt coolers. One for the car, one for the teardrop. You know, whoa! Michael Ann, if your hair starts standing up, I'll be like, ugh. So yeah. And after that, I said maybe I shouldn't order on Amazon because it's going to cost me an arm and a leg.
No kidding.
And then
it's like, okay, I'm gonna.
I was like, I'm already at the 2. My basket always says $2,000. Not happening. Then I tried Temu. My basket is already at $900. Not happening. Sorry, not happening.
Yeah, that is quite the storm, Tommy.
Yeah.
This is really the first real thunderstorm we've had, though. But it was weird because yesterday or the day before it was the one that did the video, or that did the short of the clouds, and that and it was like we were under an advisory. You know, these clouds could produce tornadoes. But it's like tonight's been quite the thunder boomer.
Thunder. Feel the thunder. Michael Ann, when I got to the trailer after dropping these goodies to you, there was still a bag at the trailer that we forgot.
I was just checking to see if there was anybody in the living room. There isn't, so I'm going to move in there. I can plug it into a surge protected power bar.
Yeah.
Even though I said I was going to end it.
Yeah. She's going to end it. It's time for her limbo time. I'm going to get you in trouble. Do you know that Michael Ann limbos? You know, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
We got to get it to 500, and she will teach you how to limbo. Sorry, Michael Ann?
You didn't know I was that flexible at my age, eh?
Oh, I had no questions. I had no questions, but I could say, all shall be revealed when she hits 500 subs.
It's only
I'm
200
trying,
more to go.
Michael.
Share it out. Share it out.
I didn't I share. I shared it out yesterday or the day before. When I asked, because I said I know I'm not going to be home.
Oops, didn't know you were still on. I'm back. Yeah, I'm
Well,
just kind of hanging
Busby,
around.
you're back to say goodbye. Oh, and Michael Ann, yeah, we're going to say Michael Ann knows how to limbo Busby.
Amy says that's because all the thunderstorms have been in Texas.
Mm-hmm. Tommy, how's your rake going with Tommy number 2? Or Tommy TOO?
Last video I seen River Stakes put out, they were waiting for some stuff to come in, and then he was doing a few little things on his while he was waiting for stuff to come in hers.
Well, she could check on Teemu. It might be cheaper. I'm just saying. Wow. I'm getting an incoming call.
Hello, hello.
All right.
Okay, folks, we'll let you go.
Call me Via's calling.
Hello, hello. Thanks
Yeah.
for hanging in there, folks. And you've seen the 2 successes and the 1 not so successful, but we're going to use it anyways for something. Appreciate you guys. And he's been working on his all week. I had training all this week, so we'll get back to mine next week.
Perfect.
Anyways, I'll see you guys next week. I would say I'd do a pop-up on Sunday, but I won't be home till after dinner, so maybe I'll check in on Sunday night if I'm bored. After being around all those crazy people, I don't know. We'll see.
I'm still waiting for somebody to get back to me on an email, so I cannot confirm or deny where I'll be, except probably next Thursday. For Let Loose. Thank you, Michael Ann, for keeping us busy.
And
Not disappointing the beautiful peeps that I couldn't entertain.
Hey, we're a team. We started as a team. We'll stick together as a team.
Yeah, exactly.
And folks, before we say goodbye, we'll watch my outro.
Outro away.